Okay, I'm gonna try to do a live trade with Beyond Meat. I'm on a 10-minute chart. It's almost 9 a.m. If this 10-minute candle here can close above the 50 period moving average, which is now 128.73, then I'm interested in buying. So we have resistance right over here, but once we get above this, then we should run to 129.89. So that'd be a pretty good trade. Looks like it's trying to get up there. The high was 128.98 on this candle. We're about to hit 9 a.m. So let's see if we can get above the 50 period moving average on the 10-minute chart at 9 a.m. And then that would give me the confirmation to take a high probability trade with minimal risk, because then my risk would probably be around the 20 period moving average here, which would be like 127.62. I'd be out of the trade if it dropped below that. Yeah, I think this looks good. So we closed at 128.63, 10 cents under. Now the new 50 period is 128.71. We need to get back above 128.98 on the 10-minute close. The key is to not take these trades early, because if you get rejected, then all of a sudden you bought it up here, let's say 128.74 or 128.50 even, and then all of a sudden it could drop right down to 127.50 or even 128 in a blink of an eye. So I want to make sure that we can get over this hump here before I pull the trigger. This could end up being a nothing trade here. There's not a lot of volume, so I might have to just hold off and wait till later. Wait a minute, here we go. 128.82. Kind of liking this right now. I think a good buy right now. Could probably buy it at something like 128.64. Looks like a good price. Let's give it a try. Oh, wait a minute. Not yet. See, every penny matters. Something that you'll learn. Oh, there's Neo. If you take the course that I took, every penny really makes a big difference here. Look at that. Look what would have happened. The market is designed to trick, trap, fool, and frustrate you. And that's all it does. So I'm done being tricked and trapped. I'm going to make a higher probability trade here and not make mistakes if I can avoid them. The less mistakes you make, it's compounding. The mistakes that I make and most people make tend to be bigger than the wins that you have, and it sets you back too far. So avoiding mistakes is almost as good as having a good trade in some cases, or cutting a trade before it gets way out of hand. Sometimes feels better than winning a small trade, because you made the right decision. Okay, this is starting to look better. I like how the price is tightening it up here between the bid and the ask. 128.60, 128.70 in that range, which is where I want to pay. I want to be, but I still want this to be over 128.71 before I'm confident that we have a continuation of this uptrend. This is an important price for Beyond Meat. If you look back at the chart too, I feel like it's kind of hovered around this area, either on a breakout or when it's broken down. 128 seems to be important for Beyond Meat. If we get a little bit more of a squeeze today, I mean, this thing's going to fly anyway. So you might be saying, why are you worried about pennies? Well, I'm just trying to get in and out. I've learned from mistakes in the past where I'll buy something, I'll hold it, I'll be up, and then boom, the profits, they're gone if you don't grab and go, as a day trader at least. Happens over and over again. One thing you should notice when the market opens, if something's up, usually it spikes up as high as it's going to go that day, that pivot high. That's not always true, but I'd say 80-20, that's going to be the high. So these professional traders and institutions, they're doing all their work pre-market and right at the open, and they're done. So, you don't want to get stuck there buying at the top. You want to wait. And also, you want to take your profit and then maybe keep half the trade in just in case it does continue higher. Then you can reevaluate. Well, this is taking a lot longer than I thought, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to go on to something else and Probably have to wait until the open for this to really move. It's just kind of sitting here. I will definitely check the next candle though, at 9:10. It keeps teasing though. Look at that, 128.50. It keeps kind of teasing around there. This isn't a bad place to take the trade. I just would rather be certain before I do, because I've seen too many times where something looks like it's going to bust through and break out, and then it just gets rejected by the 50 period or the 20 period moving average, and next thing you know, it's down, you know, $1 from here if we're talking about like Beyond Meat. Look at that, there it goes. So it should find support at 127.50, 127.60, which that wouldn't be a bad place to take a trade here, because maybe you'll get a bounce. But again, I don't like how this chart looks right now. It's more of in a mini downtrend for what I see. And when you looked at enough charts and you watch the price movement enough, it starts to become real clear to you what's going to happen next, at least a high probability. I mean, you can't predict it all, because sometimes things will just spike down and up for no reason, and we all know how frustrating that is to get stuck in the middle of a complete flush out. I mean, those are the worst. It's panic city. Look at this, 127.60. It should find support right here and bounce off the 20 period. Let's see. Or is it going to spike down towards the 10 period at 127? When it moves slowly into a support area, chances are it's going to creep right down through it. If it went fast, it would probably bounce, more likely to bounce. Slow and creeping on down moves, not good. Slow creeping up moves, that's really bullish. You want the creeping movement of a price. It's more sustainable than a fast, furious move. Look at that. 127.50. That's what we talked about as support. To me, this doesn't look like it's going to hold though. It looks like it's going to get down to 126.80 maybe. Let's look at this candle, and maybe as low as 126.25. Not bad place to buy down here, but again, I don't like it. Look at that, it did break it. See? So I thought this was going to be a quick video on how to buy and sell really quick, but maybe this is a different type of lesson on having self-discipline not to buy. So I'm actually kind of liking this video, how it's turning out. I hope you're finding value in it. And look at that, a 128 ask all of a sudden. So watch this thing just pop up. Maybe it's going to hit the 10 and pop up. 126.75, maybe it'll hit 127. 127.25. This would be a really poor 10-minute close. If we close below the low of this candle, that is 8 out of 10 times going to bring us lower prices. Oh, look at that. Right back into the 20. It's just teetering right there. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to put in a buy at like 126, just in case it spikes down to the 100 period here, or the low of this candle, which is 126.25. I would take the trade there maybe, knowing that I don't have much downside risk and my upside is pretty solid. Even though I don't like buying anything underneath these moving averages, usually that's a recipe for disaster. You want to be, you know, trending up. And here we go, we're going back to support. That's interesting. 127.70. Okay, that's a good sign for the bull case. 127.52. I'm starting to like it now. This could be see how they trick and trap people? Some people probably got stopped out there. Look at that. Now we're back over 128 just like that. And before you know it, it's going to be challenging that 50 period again at 128.70. I'm liking the movement now. I might just jump in here. Let's see. Let's take a shot. I'm just going to buy a really, really small position. I like 128. You know what? Not liking it again. I'm just going to wait a second here. It's probably better that I wait till 9:10. If you're looking at a 10-minute chart, you need to see how that's going to close. Just like if you're looking at an hourly chart or a daily chart, They're all fractals of one another. A weekly chart, they're just smaller time frames. Even traders, I guess some use like 1 minute charts. I don't do that, but I do understand the value in different time frames. For me, the 10-minute time frame is how I learned. Sometimes I'll go down to a 5-minute just to see on something that's moving really fast or has a wide range. Yeah, see, I'm glad I didn't buy now. Oh, let's get out of this. Cancel. As long as we don't close below this, though, I'm okay. 127.54. Okay. So 127.55 would be interesting. I'm going to try that. Buy 35. So I already have some shares of this. Whoops. 127.55. Let's see what happens. I got filled. Let's see if we're happy about that. Okay, where was the close? Oh, 127.51. I don't like that. 120. So it closed below the low. That is usually bearish, so I might have made a bad decision here. 127.25. We need to stay above that. We're at 127.50. And the 20 period is 127.37. So we're kind of right in the middle there. That buy wasn't bad. Close 127.50, open 127.54. There was a 4-cent gap there. That's interesting. Still don't like it yet. Look at that. It's probably going to go down to the 10. 127. So I made a mistake there. But, I mean, it's a very small risk, though. Look, what am I, 20 cents off if I decide to cut the trade? Or I'll get lucky. I don't say lucky, but it's not, you know, it was like 1 or 2 pennies off, and it filled a gap. So maybe we are going to get back over 128 here. I probably want to look and sell this at 128.50. But I'm going to see, because, you know, the upside risk, the upside reward is pretty awesome. So, you know, we could be hitting 130, 131 before you know it, which would probably be more likely at the open. And I'm trading pre-market here, which doesn't follow all the rules of when you're trading during the day. I mean, look at that range there, because the volume's just not there like it'll be during the day. So yeah, 128.50 is interesting. That's what I talked about. That's what the ask is right now. 128.48 is the close. I might just sell my whole position just to get a little extra money here. Since there's no commission fees, then, you know, why not? I think I had like 50 shares maybe. Let's see, 128, so it'd be like a quick $50, I think, or maybe I forgot what my cost basis was in the other one. Looks like I had to buy at 125 here. I forgot about that. I missed it by like 10 cents earlier. I dipped down below 125. That happens a lot when you try to get too close to price. Let's see what this looks like. So we're still teetering. 128.67. I'm gonna change mine. You know, I've learned to just start taking quick profits and not be cute. I'd rather get the money in my account and then move to a trade that's more that I'm more sure about. This is just teetering in the middle. Not as much confidence in a trade that's teetering in the middle. See, look at that. It got rejected right at 128.48 was the high. Yeah, I'm not liking this one because of the close on this candle. There's better trades out there, so I might just leave it for the open because it's not like I'm down right now. So I'm going to move on to something else. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you can see like how the thought process that a trader like myself has, which is probably different than a lot of traders out there. But this is the way I learned, and I think that I learned from the best teacher possible out there in this world, as the best chartist I've ever seen, and that includes anyone I've ever seen on YouTube or CNBC. And that is, well, you can find that link in my bio. It's MyStrategic Forecast at YouTube. It'll be the best investment you've ever made when you learn to trade. through his course, through David's course. Oh, wait a minute. Are we getting somewhere here? Maybe I might get filled. It's kind of cool. This is happening real time. Look at that. I got up to 75. Did I get filled? 128.60 was the close. Did I just miss getting filled? Didn't I change it? Let's see. Hey, look at that. 128.63. I was 3 cents higher than what the fill is. I'm sure it'll keep going higher, but hey, I'll take it. That was a good trade. So let's see. I bought it. That's good. That's a good trade. That's $1 right there. And 8 cents live. So, not to mention the other 15 shares I had. And I'm sure it'll keep going up, but that's okay. I might have just sold at the peak. This ended up being a pretty darn good video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm going to jump back into Beyond when I get a little more price confirmation that I'm more confident about. But can't complain about that one. Thanks for watching.